addresses from honor students. The first one to speak tonight will be Nathan Taylor. Nathan is a biology major from Hot Springs, Arkansas. Nathan.
How y'all doing tonight? Y'all can hear me all right? Yeah. That's good, that's good. This is kind of intimidating, seeing everyone looking at me. I'm not used to this. Matter of fact, the last time I saw y'all all looking at me, I was actually shaking what my mama gave me. It's a honky tonk donkey dog. Y'all remember that? Yeah, those are good times back at retreat. So I believe I met many of you today in this room, but if not, I'm Nate Taylor. And I was asked to speak about my time in honors, but I wanted to add some of the biggest lessons that I learned to encourage you for the future that lies ahead. Our time in honors started in a time of great uncertainty. On the tail end of the COVID-19 pandemic, things were becoming normal enough for us to have social gatherings, but we could only see our teachers and peers' faces from the nose up, which provided an extra challenge to meeting everyone. When I finally started meeting people, I sometimes felt like I didn't belong. I was struck by imposter syndrome that many honor students experience. You see, I'm from a town in southern Arkansas called Whitehall, where an honors class means you might be lucky enough to have an actual teacher instead of an assistant football coach. The idea of the Shetlers Honors College was completely foreign to me, even intimidating. I was often questioned by my teachers, why would you want to do something like honors when you'd have to do more work? In high school, I did not feel that smart, nor did I believe that I was the ideal student for honors. And not gonna lie, I thought my application slipped accidentally into the acceptance pile, especially when I began to meet you all at retreat. It is this imposter syndrome that I wanted to talk about today. Everyone has experienced this in some form in their life, but I warn you, it is a lie. And you sitting here today is evidence of that lie. You do not just walk into college, especially the honors college, and walk out with a degree. It takes unyielding perseverance and bravery to get to where we are today. So if you do not get anything more from this speech, just know that you made it and that you are worthy. You can handle any challenge thrown at you because let's face it, we've all been through the ringer. It's my favorite example. I'm going to pick on my buddy Caleb here about going through the ringer. So in core 1, y'all remember all those papers we had to write? Yeah, well, the second paper, I believe, it was a real stickler. And I come in after a long day of studying and writing. I come in and I find my good old pal Caleb Jenkins on top of our fridge. So he was going through it so hard that he had to get on top of the fridge to write the paper. So you know what? Whatever it took to get through it. So and he's here now. So it's awesome. So today I want you to take this victory with pride. But if you ever feel imposter syndrome creeping in again, I want you to look back at this accomplishment of a true Southern Ivy League education that you completed during your time in honors. Moving on, I wanted to express one of the most important things I learned during my time here. Now I have guaranteed learning for the next 8 years, but some of you may never step foot into a classroom again, so I want to emphasize the importance of lifelong learning. We learned in Donna's senior seminar that learning beyond our time in school is essential to make sure society stays on track. This learning will be different from anything we've ever experienced, as there is not many tests and quizzes in the real world. Luckily, the Honors College has prepped us by allowing us to learn in non-traditional ways. One example is our capstone projects. Some learn from trial and error while producing creative work such as Minecraft worlds, podcasts, comic books, murals, and raves. For others like me, Honors gave us money to perform novel research while doing hands-on lab work that many undergraduate students will never get the chance to do. So I urge you to continue to learn in non-traditional ways and pursue the things that interest you. Additionally, I hope you never leave a stone unturned and try to find the truth in everything. I hope you never just accept something is the way it is because that is the way it has always been. I hope you ask questions and follow-up questions until your thirst of curiosity is quenched. Finally, I want to talk about failure during my time in the Honors College. I remember getting handed back papers in Core 1 and 2 that were so covered in red that I considered submitting an autopsy report instead of a revision. And whenever I finally did the revision, My writing was so stinking bad that when I tried to use Grammarly, it actually uninstalled itself. So failing in such a way was very frustrating, but I will never forget Trisha's words at a banquet where she invited us all to fail. I wanted to reopen the sentiment to each and every one of you. I'm asking you to go out into the world and make mistakes, because failure is the ultimate learning tool and not something to be ashamed of. Failure often hurts, but it's something everyone has to deal with. All of us in this room have failed before and will likely fail again, but remember, failure does not define you. It is how you respond to this failure that matters. So when you fail, are you going to cower in fear after messing up? Or are you going to get back in the saddle and learn from it? Today, I hope you learned from my favorite experiences and honors. I encourage you to continue the fight against imposter syndrome and continue lifelong learning, and do not shy away from failure. Ultimately, we are the future of this world, and it looks like we're in good hands. And with that, I just want to say thank you to the Honors College for giving us the tools we need to handle such a task. And thank you to each and every one of you that made these 4 years unforgettable. And with that being said, go Bears!